Hello, this is my review on 102 Dalmatian, the sequel, not to the original Dalmatian, the sequel to live action, first live action, starring Glenn Close as Cruella de Vil, and Glenn Close reprises her role in the third act as Cruella de Vil because she's now been hypnotized into thinking she's a good person and is friendly to dogs and doesn't believe in animal cruelty, and therefore somehow she gets cured and uncommitted out of the mental institution. Even though the therapist didn't do the psychiatrist at the institution didn't do anything except hypnotize Queller because everything else wasn't working. So Anne decided to actually give her a trigger to come out of the hypnotic state, which I think was really stupid, because whenever she hears a bell, a ding, or like a bell, like that'll snap out of the hypnotic state, you know? And so why would you give her a word that could, why would you do that? Why would you give her any, if that's your idea of cure, or is that, if that's your idea of making things better in the world, like a better place, because she's Cruella de Vil, why would you give her a trigger word that to snap her out of it? And that's the same thing that snaps her into the hypnotic state. The same thing, let me get it straight. The same thing that can snap her out of it is the same thing that can snap her into the hypnotic state. Why does in the third act? So why doesn't in the third act she snaps out of the hypnotic state multiple times and into it and out of it? Wait, that actually makes sense. But what does make sense? Why does she never come near a bell again? Snap her back into it. It would be kind of funny, or at least more interesting than what the final product was, to make the final product, I don't know, more watchable. Not that it would make it good, because you know how Glenn Close was the only good thing about the first 101 Dalmatian movie? In terms of cast, because the rest of the class was so bland and miscast in the role. Well, guess what? They're back and have more screen time than Glenn Close as Cruella de Vil, with vengeance to bore you to sleep. So the dilemma is this time, instead of, because Cruella de Vil doesn't do anything evil to Third, because that's when she starts to come out of the hypnotic state, because it gets triggered. And triggered by bells and bells, multiple bells, that she loses and snaps out of and remembers who she is, and then decides to say, Quella's gone. Quella's back, blah, 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 because Quella's gone. So, you know, so, let me get this straight. All the things you showed in the trailer happens in the third act of the movie when it's at the end and getting to the end of the movie, past the halfway point. You decide to show everything and you decide to hold on those shots instead of making them quick cuts. You decide to hold on those shots. Fuck you. Hope thought that was a good idea, because I was kind of hoping that this would be a step up in the right direction, but no, it's a step backwards, several step backwards, and oh my god, I don't think I can count that high. I'm not sure anyone can count this how high this movie is a step backwards from the predecessor that came before it. Compared to the first one, the first one's a fucking masterpiece compared to the first one. Personally, I don't like the first one at all. I thought it was cartoony in the way because I'm sorry, but I kid you not. Like in the first one, Ella Cruella got baked into a cake and survived, and was still in one piece. That's how she got defeated, because she got trapped in a cake. A human-sized cake that was perfectly baked to perfection and frosted and coated. And it's all due to the dogs for defeating with their shenanigans, tampering with stuff. How did she get defeated in this one? Oh, just as dignifying and as pathetic and stupid. But somehow it's less cartoony. And slightly more realistic. Although for some reason she still survives, because I guess the reason why they wanted to keep her alive for this one, not kill her off like they did in the original cartoon movie. Until they decide to bring her back for several spin-offs for the original cartoon movie, spin-offs, the sequel, and also the show. Which led to that. Things. I mean, the 101 Dalmatians, and that's and one of them don't have a spot, so that's the dilemma throughout the free act structure. Will this guy or will this puppy not get his first spots and start getting spots like a regular Dalmatian, or will he just keep on making a mess of himself, making it look like there's spots because he wants to be part of the other Dalmatian family like them? Spoiler alert, in the third act, after all that shenanigans, blah 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 crap, he starts getting his first few spots. Somehow. Well, that time makes as much sense as the rest of this movie does. I hate this so much. Oh, God. This is 0 out of 10. Fuck you, Disney. Fuck you for making this piece of shit of a movie. I haven't seen Cruella, starring Emma Stone as Cruella de Vil, but my expectations are pretty low after the first two live adaptations attempts that Disney put out. So, in other words, I'm basically trying to say is I'm scared to watch Cruella, because I'm worried I won't make it. My standing was like this, it won't make it. It's going to be into me mentally. Oh. Plus, I assume we consume enough garbage already in terms of entertainment, so I'm taking baby steps to see Cruella, starring Emma Stone as Cruella de Vil. I want to punch Disney in the face, the executives, for wasting Glenn Close's time and effort, making her sign over these movies and wasting all of her talent. I feel bad for Glenn Close because she's great in these movies as the role as Cruella de Vil. She's the perfect live-action version of Cruella de Vil to this day. And yes, I've seen Once Upon a Time. That's still not as good a performance as Glenn Close gave. And, you know, I think I like her act. I think she's a better Cruella de Vil than the original Cruella de Vil from the, honestly, from the original movie that Disney put out of the animated movie. It's a shame because she's given such a shitty script to do as the character. And because the script decides to turn her into a fucking punchline. Because they didn't, I guess they didn't want the audience to, like, you know, get the Cruella, give her proper treatment on being really evil and stuff. And I hear she's really more of a sympathetic. I hear that well, it looks like the other one's gonna make her sympathetic, but not exactly evil of a person. In the Emma Stone take. So that's going to fucking piss me off. Because I'm never going to get the Cruella a good, really good, because, I mean, because that's not even Cruella at that point. That's just basically, that makes sure that's a different character, you know, making even having villain trademarks and just making it like a, it's just, okay. I mean, I will say I like Emma Stone's voice of Cruella, and I liked the Glenn Close's voice of Cruella. She's the two best voice for my favorite voices from Cruella of all time. But even though I haven't seen the movie, I quite really like her voice as Cruella. I like how she's disguised to sound like Cruella. But I have to talk about that movie because I haven't seen the movie yet. No, we're talking about, no, my problem is, like, why the Dalmatian movies piss me the fuck off so much is because 101 Dalmatians, the first one, the sequel to Glenn Close's 101 Dalmatian, till it has 102 Dalmatians. And it's just because they have one more extra now, I guess. Well, I think there's more than one extra now. So why not it's called 100 Dalmatians too? I don't know. I guess they're being clever. I fucking hate these movies, and I fucking hate the wasted Glenn Close's talent, because she could have played such a great Cruella de Vil if she was given the right proper treatment in terms of, you know, having the character really, like, written well. And less written like a punchline. Because that's what these movies did. They turned Cruella de Vil into a fucking punchline. Once, as, you know, it's like, once they get to the end of the film, they turn it into a punchline and end it on a punchline. Cruella's defeated and everything. It's like, I'm pissed. Fucking pissed off. Never liked these when I try to bring myself for years. Like them since I first saw them in this. I could never bring myself to like these movies like I liked the first one in the animation form that Disney put out. You like the 101 Dalmatian show, and I seen the sequel to the original 101 Dalmatian movie. I remember liking that also in the Christmas special of 101 Dalmatian, even though you know, they were continuations and spin-offs. They were good, I thought. But these live-action ones, they're like the stuff of nightmares. If it's like, they're just thinking more highly of Adam Sandler's movies I hate. Like, more than this, too. movies of 101 Dalmatians. Like, all the ones I hate, which are enough. I just really hate these movies. And these movies, they feel like also at the end of the day, they feel like these movies are pointless and oddly structured. The sequel is oddly structured. The first one, once it gets to the end, is oddly paced and structured, and fuck me. That's all I have to give my thoughts on. Those are all my thoughts on these movies, especially the sequel like this. I just don't like this movie of 102 Dalmatians, not even the first one. If you want me to see a more deeper depth review on the first one with Glenn Close, watch my other review, and I pretty sure I hated that one also, but you know, I just realized these both give you a 0 out of 10 because I read both of them in one video, so I'm guessing I'm going to have both of these as titles in this video. Both of them. Both movies go in the title. I'm giving them in the title of once I post the video, when I do. And I'm stoned because I feel like I'm dragging this on. Probably because I haven't sleep tonight and I wanted to do a review. So why did I pick this one? I don't know. Because I was being foolish picking these movies. So 101 Dalmatians was Glenn Close, and 102 Dalmatians was Glenn Close. Both equally same amount of quality. In some ways, one's worse than the others. Both of them are some ways worse than each other, and better than each other in some ways. So, but at the end of the day, they both get 0 out of 10. Goodbye.